Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
Katsumi has been tirelessly honing his martial arts skills day and night. When he heard that Katsumi was going to avenge him, Retsu arrives and conveys that even with his impressive karate skills, they might not be enough to defeat Pickle. Thus, Retsu decides to impart his 4,000-year-old kung fu techniques to Katsumi. However, Katsumi declines, wanting to uphold the karate legacy passed down from his father. After a lengthy discussion, Katsumi resolves to combine karate with kung fu. Retsu shares all his exceptional techniques with Katsumi. Retsu and Katsumi are engaged in an analysis of the speed of the whip. From this, they gradually uncover skills that can be applied in real combat. But right at that moment, Mr. Kaku appears and chuckles at the two of them, claiming that this technique is still at a basic level. He decides to demonstrate it just once to broaden the youngster's perspective by showcasing the skill of cutting an egg with supersonic speed. That night, Katsumi diligently practices, imagining his sturdy bones becoming pliable in various segments. He envisions his body having thousands of bone joints and then delivers a tremendously powerful blow to the egg. A loud explosion resounds, heard even dozens of kilometers away where Baki is located. The shockwave from the strike shatters all the glass in the room. The following day, Katsumi swiftly makes his way to the arena. As he steps out, the 55,000 members of the karate dojo chant and cheer, creating an incredibly powerful atmosphere. Katsumi confidently strides toward Pickle's location. As the monster lunges forward, Katsumi unleashes countless strikes in just a second, followed by powerful kicks. However, Pickle regards these as mere warm-up movements and begins to take an interest in his diminutive opponent. He decides to employ the newly mastered skill. The two combatants charge at each other, with Katsumi taking a faster step and executing his technique. Pickle collapses, the strike triggering memories of being hit by a dinosaur's tail in the past. For that powerful punch, he pays the price of sacrificing one of his hands. Shortly after, Pickle recovers and gazes at his opponent with a smile, knowing that his prey is depleted of fighting strength and awaiting his consumption. Pickle adopts the stance that had defeated Retsu. As his opponent charges, he envisions his arm as a whip and strikes. Pickle is sent flying hundreds of meters away. Simultaneously, the recoil from the blow nearly severs all the muscles in Katsumi's arm. Yet, the true spirit of a fighter keeps him unafraid. He raises his hand in victory, celebrating like a triumphant warrior. Katsumi realizes that his opponent is merely asleep. Katsumi understands he cannot avoid the agreement, so he offers himself as sustenance to Pickle. Pickle recognizes the strength of a seemingly insignificant human, rivaling that of a dinosaur he once fought, and he deeply admires it. He refrains from consuming his prey since he's fulfilled from the hunt. The next day, Retsu visits Katsumi and praises him for his excellent performance the previous day, leaving Retsu in awe and bowing his head in respect. Going through this experience, Katsumi has matured significantly, and now desires to collaborate with Retsu to inspire future generations in the martial arts world. At that moment, Baki enters. Although the two don't usually get along, yesterday's fight has earned Baki's immense admiration for Katsumi. He then sincerely congratulates Katsumi. In the basement of his home, Baki attempts to visualize Pickle. He envisions Pickle's skills, form, and face, but the apparition of Pickle still eludes him. There's only one reason for this. Pickle hasn't unleashed his full power yet. This realization excites Baki immensely. Knowing that Pickle hadn't unleashed his full strength yet, Baki was incredibly excited. He decided to initiate an unexpected fight with Pickle without any prior notice. However, he was one step behind his older brother Jack. Jack entered the arena, even though language still served as a barrier between them. But Pickle knew that this person wanted to fight with him. Each prey had its own distinct characteristics. Normally, Pickle would charge in for an attack, but this time the prey seemed more ferocious than usual. Jack quickly landed a punch on this guy. Just as predicted, this guy Pickle had an incredibly solid bone structure, taking such a strong hit and still standing there, as if nothing had happened. A normal person's brain would have been rattled, and they would have collapsed. Jack saw Pickle's powerful jaw and was thoroughly intrigued. He signaled that he wanted to bite each other to see whose jaw was stronger. Both of them opened their mouths and began to bite each other. Pickle lifted Jack's over 200 kilograms body and spun him around. A powerful kiss between warriors caused Jack to sustain significant damage to his face. Pickle approached him, intending to bite again, but Jack punched him, sending him flying high into the sky. He then bit into Pickle's earlobe. Pickle was incredibly taken aback by the frenzied actions of his prey. For the first time, he felt the pain of losing a body part, and it was unforgivable. Jack unleashed a punch at Pickle. An inexplicable phenomenon occurred. His opponent stood right in front of him without dodging, yet Jack's blows couldn't seem to land. Jack repeated it once more, and the second punch played out just the same. Upon closer inspection, Jack noticed 2 holes in the arena wall where Pickle had evaded his blows and used his rebound force to return to his original position, leaving Jack in utter panic. Pickle then launched into a frenzied attack on Jack. Jack's body barely touched the ground before he was struck again, and a final decisive blow sent him crashing into the wall. Pickle leaped into a wild victory dance, but as he thought about taking a bite to celebrate, he turned away and left. This reminded Pickle of the time when he had eaten a small, sweet bee. Despite its sweetness, the bee's poison had ruptured within him, tormenting him for days on end. Old Man Toku, by a stroke of luck, had approached Jack. It was a fortunate moment for him, since he stood at just under a meter in height. Otherwise, he might have ventured into another world with that contact. Jack was quickly rushed to the emergency room, but a few hours later, he returned to the arena for another challenge, leaving Pickle deeply frightened. Normally, once prey is dead, it can't move. But this time, it came back for revenge. When fear reaches its peak, humans will resist. Pickle mustered all his strength to punch Jack, spinning him around thousands of times before driving his head into the ground, rendering him motionless. Jack was once again taken to the emergency room, but he continued to seek out Pickle, prompting Baki to reveal the truth. Seeing Jack as nothing more than surplus food, Pickle hung him up on a high-voltage power pole as a food reserve, causing Jack to scream in humiliation. After a while, Baki came to find Pickle, but Pickle was already full from eating with Baki, so he didn't want to fight and waste energy anymore. Baki approached Pickle and did a few things that made Pickle extremely angry. Baki launched an attack, causing Pickle to lie down on the ground. Baki continued to assault, gripping Pickle's neck tightly. Pickle had to exert all his strength to launch himself to the highest point of the arena. Afterward, he jumped down from a height of nearly 100 meters, and upon impact, both of them created a massive explosion, getting thrown far away. Despite appearing unscathed on the outside, deep inside Baki, things weren't fine at all. The height inflicted severe damage to his internal organs. His current sensation was as if a gigantic boulder was pressing down on him. Pickle recognized this and felt remorseful for the excessive nature of the game, which had caused harm to his small friend. Thus, he clasped his hands together in an apologetic gesture toward Baki. However, Baki perceived this as a humiliation, and even though he wanted to say something, his lungs were filled with blood and his body was constantly convulsing. Pickle launched slow and deliberate attacks, aiming to prevent further harm to his friend, causing Baki to feel the greatest humiliation he had ever experienced. In order to demonstrate his combat prowess to his adversary, Baki decided to leap from a height once more. This took Pickle by immense surprise. Could this person conceal his strength by pretending to be weak? While still in a dazed state, Baki unleashed a series of strikes before collapsing to the ground. Pickle's brain continued to process the movement after the attack, and as he stood up, he found himself gazing at the ground. Pickle began to think that Baki was some sort of sorcerer, causing him to lose his footing. Despite having endured things more horrifying, this experience was inexplicably unsettling for him. With a seemingly frail and feeble exterior, Baki's body held an astonishing power in his attacks, inflicting tremendous damage that could make his opponents cry out in agony. Today, Pickle had first-hand experience of that pain, prompting him to swiftly switch into his predatory mode for self-defense. Baki charged forward, using his 2 hands to grip Pickle as if he were the jaws of a T-Rex clamping down. Not only that, but Baki followed up with several more strikes, further inciting Pickle's anger, prompting him to counterattack. Yet Baki remained still, allowing Pickle to charge at him. Then, with a swift motion, Baki used his hand to launch his opponent up into the spectator stands. Pickle unleashed countless attacks, but Baki managed to dodge them all. Pickle transitioned into his most formidable combat state, his bulging muscles revealing scars from battles of old. These scars were evidence of his past encounters with T-Rex bites, a testament to his survival against all odds. It was almost unbelievable. Baki expertly evaded an incoming attack and followed up with a kick to Pickle's face. Baki amalgamated his entire martial prowess to dodge, strike, and punch, showcasing a dazzling exhibition of combat skills. The two continuously exchanged blows, without dodging or avoiding. Baki's resilience reached its limit, causing him to collapse onto the floor. The surprising twist was that Pickle did not consume him. Baki was swiftly attended to by a rescue team and taken for urgent medical care. Meanwhile, Pickle sat there as people assisted in moving Baki. In the evening, they had a meeting on the rooftop. Pickle seemed to have almost adapted to his current life, while Baki was recovering. Currently, the world is aware of Pickle's existence, and people decide to vote on his fate. The majority of votes favor returning Pickle to a higher level of suspended animation and salt. He arrives to bid a final farewell to Citroy, because he kept his promise. Since then, Pickle's presence fades from their sight, and they no longer encounter him.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.